was frustrating.
And you came with like a whole list of things to confront her and much more.
Great. That was wonderful. I'm kind of shocked that they didn't put that in there. Or even like at Heather's daughter's book party, we had another, I brought one of my best friends who's a psychiatrist with me. And I was like, the first thing I walked in, I go, oh, hey ladies, I brought my friend Shaq. He's a psychiatrist in case if any of you act up tonight. And it was just like, just funny little things that were cut out, you know? And I'm like, that's too bad because it doesn't show like the real side of you.
And that was the real thing. You felt like you were edited to be more kind of quiet and mute and like not as fun as you really are.
Yeah, I can be pretty like dry sense of humor. So I felt like that was all like almost dumbed down, you know, and I didn't like that.
Did you like, I mean, Orange County is small. Like, did you watch Housewives before you were on it? Like, did you know a lot of people that were on it? Like, you obviously knew what the show was.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of people, the pretty ones are my patients, you know, that's how it all kind of started. And yeah, I mean, Orange County is so small. Like, I just moved to Laguna. I literally like know everybody. So
did you have reservations in joining the show?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I really wanted to be on the show, but I want to be clear. And I remember in the beginning of filming, you know, everyone's around the table and I'm like, I really want to be here. You know, some people are saying, oh, they convinced me. They had to not bribe, but like, you know, sweeten the deal. And they had all these, they were basically that the network wanted them so bad. I'm like, no, I really wanted to be here. So I worked hard the year before I auditioned and I was head to head with Elizabeth. And then they said no because of Ryan, because Ryan's a little difficult on camera, because we all saw. And so I was happy when they reached out to me again. I was thrilled.
Wow. And it was really down to you and Elizabeth Vargas.
Yeah, the year before. Yeah. And then this year, the season 16, it was great because I didn't have to go through all the same interview process. They actually kind of just interviewed Ryan and I just to see if he was on board. And then they're like, that's all you have to do. So it was funny. Oh my gosh, did you get a home visit? Did you get this? I'm like, nope. And so nobody really knew that I was in the running again. Wow.
I couldn't make my own answers up, but who around that table was implying like, oh, the network really wanted me, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't know if I really wanted to be here, but they really had to bribe me to be here-ish.
Well, what's your guess?
I mean, I would say Heather.
Oh, no, not Heather. It was more the other new girls, you know, saying how, you know, it was the other new girls. I mean, obviously the network wants Heather, right? They
yeah,
that's a given.
And no shade to Heather, because I've had Heather here twice and I freaking love Heather. But yes, I mean, I think, yeah, so that makes sense. What about, well, how did you get like Ryan to get to do this show? I mean, was he really opposed to it? Because like as a viewer, it seemed like he didn't necessarily want to be there.
Well, he's kind of that personality anyway, though. So you could say, I mean, he's very much an introvert, and I don't want to speak poorly because we're, you know, separated, but he's not the TV person. He can be so fun and charismatic, and I wish that side came out on camera, but I think it just freaked him out, like deer in headlights. You know.
I think if you're an introvert, going on any show with cameras is a lot. And I think when it's Housewives, it's like all stars. It's like that amplified as much as it could be.
I think so too. Yeah, because even like I enjoy being in front of the camera and still much. You know what I mean? I mean, in the beginning it was, at least. Then you kind of get used to it.
What about, you know, because there is so much written, like you said, like your relationship was going through so much, and is like, what is the status of you guys now? Because I swear it changes if you read online as a viewer.
I know. In real life, it changes too. So that's an accurate. I think that, you know, we've been together 12 years. I think that that's a difficult thing just to cut ties, and especially when you have 3 children and a puppy. But what do they say? It takes 7 times to leave someone. I don't know. I don't think that it's an amazing relationship right now. It's making me want to cry. So I'm trying, but it is very up and down.
Well, first of all, if you cry here behind the velvet rope, you're not going to be the first person or the second person. Not that I want to make you cry. That's not my goal here today. So I mean, like, are you guys officially like getting a divorce or?
So I filed for divorce. I filed for separation, and then there was something gnarly that happened, and then so I changed it to divorce, and we were living separately. So at the same time that I had moved to a new house, and so it's like good timing. And then I went to Mexico for this charity. Came back, and he was like, "Please, can we go to counseling? Can we try?" And so for the last couple of weeks, we've been doing that. But then I think that as of yesterday, we're now separated again. So I don't know. I don't know how much you're supposed to try. I just kind of want to move on.
I don't blame you.
Today, in this hour, right now, I would like to move on.
Well, this is going to air like probably 3 days from now. So
see. No, I think it's reached a point of, I don't know. If I knew, I would have all the answers, but I'm not happy in this current relationship.
And he wants to try to maybe work it out.
I'm not sure. He will be all about it one time and then, disappear in the next and blame me. And how many times can you go in the same cycle,
I agree. I mean, I feel that I walk away too quickly. So you're speaking to the wrong person. So, I mean, I'm not married for many years with children, so I understand it's also different, but I agree. I think like that's not directed towards you, but like, isn't that what they say? The definition of insanity is where like you keep doing the same thing over and over and just expect a different result.
I know. If I knew the answers, I'd be a therapist, but I don't. I just can make people pretty.
Well, that's important too. Does your new house though that you're in, does it have as good a view as that old house? Because it had such a nice view.
It's not as big of a view, but it's a closer view. So I think we're like 6 houses from the beach. So the top floor has a great view. And then, then you can just walk to the beach. You can hear the ocean, which is so special. And it's right by where I grew up. So, it was really, really like important to me and special to me to go back to where I grew up,
That's nice.
That was a big deal. It's a big deal for me.
Did watching the show have anything to do with like either positive or negative, like the effects of like where you are now in your relationship? Like, look, they say reality TV is really hard for relationships. Like, did that kind of exacerbate this and force this divorce, or was it the opposite?